I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, got thinking about this project and had to get up and write down a few thoughts. And as I was sitting there writing, I was thinking, you know, Wiatt's probably not even in bed yet. And it just goes to show which side of the age spectrum I'm on. But Wiatt, don't you laugh, because with a little bit of luck and some real good timing, you'll get here too, and it will be very soon.
You're probably scared of the rain.
Well, no.
You can tell me anything you want to tell me.
You gotta say when.
Okay, anytime.
Oh, you got it on right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope so. Yeah, I do.
Well, let's see.
Why don't you tell me about you? Your name, just what got you into Rendezvous, a little bit about you.
Alright, I'm Wiatt. Called Bird Dancer when I first started rendezvousing by one of my friends, and also Tall Trader. Also got named Spider Pigs. I also got named Bucket because I carry a bucket around, remoulade in it. And but most people know me as Wiatt. Been doing it 20 years now, and started in the Order of the Arrow with the Boy Scouts up at Fort Bridger in '89, and helped Dad run his store for about 10 years, and I enjoyed it so much that Iowa got me a tent, and then I started trading. And from 2000 to 2005, 5 years, I got my own inventory, my own trailer, tent, supplies, and quit my job and started rendezvousing on my own in 2005. That year also, my dad passed away. And so then I inherited the motorhome from him and dragged my trailer and turned my tent into a poker palace, used his tent for the store, combined both stores and all the inventory. Now I've got a ton of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. We'll be rendezvousing probably another 20 years, trying to get rid of everything.
Well, Wiatt, you're the one that likes to count Coup, and I've had the honor of being counted on by you. So this is my way of getting back. And your friends, all of us, in some way, are trying to count Coup on you.
Hi, my name's Dean Oliver. I'm from Oregon. This is my first time at Cache. Thanks to Wiatt being bourgeois this year.
Lost my fork.
We decided this year was the time to do this show. We've been wanting to do it for years. Thanks, Wiatt. It's a great show.
Good morning. We would be Howard and Dove, a.k.a. the Jester and Laughing Dove. We're from Las Vegas, Nevada, and we own the Cast Iron Kitchen, and we are here because Wiatt came to us at a rendezvous and said, I'm going to be bushway at Cache Valley. And so we're here, and we drove forever, days.
I'm Perry Boone, go by Boone, from northern Arizona, Prescott area, and about 750 miles away. And woohoo, Wiatt!
We're doing a little thing almost like a roast, but you were so goddamn tough we couldn't roast you. But anyway, this is Mad Jack, your old brother, and always enjoy seeing you. We've had our moments, and mostly all your fault.
Hey Wiatt, you fine young man. We've known each other 18, 19 years, something like that. Over the last number of years, we've been going to Jackson Hole. And this year, because of your position, we've opted to come and support you, and we want to thank you.
My name is Clyde Westley. In the mountains here, I'm known as Tracker. And I traveled pert near 40 miles to Cache Valley Rendezvous, in spite of Wiatt being the bourgeois.
Hi, my name is Donna Dussault. My company's Otters. I'm from the south coast of Oregon and came over to support Wiatt as bourgeois. And the strange thing is that 16 years ago, nobody had any clue, but this is exactly the same location I was in 16 years ago. My husband was with me then, and he passed away 6 years ago.
How many miles did you travel to get here?
No. I have
600 miles, I would say, probably to get here.
I have a real fork here. I just gotta.
It's kind of hard to get away this time of year. I'm always kind of busy trying to get things ready to go for the summer tour, the Rendezvous tour and such, and the music tour. I'm also the bass player for Perfect Bedlam Band. And Wyatt's been one of our biggest supporters, I think, ever when it comes to the music end of the business. Thanks again.
And so we're here, and we drove forever, I don't know, days across the wilderness, through the forest, fighting those people that you don't fight anymore because it's not politically correct, to get to Wiatt. And where is he? Falling down drunk in his tent. Love you, boy.
But what I really enjoy is knowing your family. Your daddy was awesome. Maybe someday you might be awesome. I doubt it, though. But anyway, our memorial dinners, I look forward to my Rendezvous. And want to wish you the best of luck.
You're a swell guy, Wiatt. We love you.
Hey Wyatt, it's Howie. How you doing? Great weather, great rendezvous. Thanks for having us out here, inviting us out. We're having a great time. We'll see you soon.
Our medallions this year is a skull and crossbones. It turned out pretty good, I hope. A few people are a little kind of weary of it, but it looks good, I think.
When I seen the receipt for 2010, I thought to myself, a skull? Now this has to be probably the worst dangle since they had a elk dropping strung on a piece of sinew.
Alright, well I guess I won't do that.
Since the movies have been out of Pirates of the Caribbean, skulls are really cool, really hot. See a lot of them on a lot of stuff. I've got jeans with skulls on them, t-shirts with skulls on them. And just thought it'd be kind of neat to make one and have the holes through the nose. Use it as a button. Be a little different. And the crossbones, you know, that's for protection, so got the spirit of the rifle crossed.
After talking to Wiatt and seeing how important it was to him, and it meant something to him, so now it means something to me. Leastways, if nothing else, I've got a good story behind it. If Wiatt likes it, why not?
Got it in here someplace. Here we go. Skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
Skull and crossbones.
Yeah, that's
Wiatt.
That's nice.
My name is Rich Wainsgard. My mountain man name is Thundering Wolf, and I'm pretty fond of that name. There's a long story behind it. It was given to me by a guy named Seven Bears. Anyway, this is my daughter Megan. She and I have been doing Rendezvous since she was just a little girl. And I've just got a story about Lee Williamson. Sadly, it's about his funeral, but it was really an interesting thing. We attended his funeral in a Mormon chapel, and a third of the people there were in their Sunday go-to-meeting clothes, and a third of the people were in scout uniforms, full scout uniforms, and a third of the people were in smoky, smelly mountain man regalia. And I thought that was really appropriate for Lee Williamson's funeral, because those are three communities that he was active in, and people in all those communities knew him and loved him and appreciated who he was. He was a generous guy. He was really generous with the Order of the Arrow kids, that he'd provision them at his cost or less. He really was great at giving the kids a real break, because he knew they didn't have all that much money. Anybody who knew Lee, he was a good friend. He was somebody you really looked forward to meeting year after year at Rendezvous, and often in between times.
Captures the spirit of why most of us do Rendezvous better than anything I've ever found. It was written by Stephen Vincent Benet about the turn of the century. He was born in the mid-1800s and wrote a lot about the Civil War and other things. My father was a mountaineer. His fist was a knotty hammer. He was as quick on his feet as a running deer, and he spoke with a Yankee stammer. My mother, she was merry and brave, and so she came to her labor, with a tall green fir for her doctor grave, and a stream for her comforting neighbor. And some are wrapped in linen fine, and some like a godling skyen. But I was cradled on twigs of pine in the skin of a mountain lion. And some remember a white starched lap and an ewer with silver handles. But I remembered a coonskin cap and the smell of bayberry candles. The cabin logs with bark still rough, and my mother who laughed at trifles. The tall, lank visitors, brown as snuff, with their long, straight squirrel rifles. I can hear them dance, like a foggy song, through the deepest one of my slumbers. The quick feet shaking the puncheon floor, the fiddle squeaking and squealing, till the dried herbs rattled above the door, and the dust went up to the ceiling. There are children lucky from dawn till dusk, but never as lucky as I. For I cut my teeth on the money musk in the bloody ground of Kentucky. When I grew tall as Indian corn, my father had little to lend me, but he gave me his great old powder horn and his woodsman's skill to befriend me. With a leather shirt to cover my back and a redskin nose to unravel, each forest sign I carried my pack as far as a scout could travel. Till I lost my boyhood and found my wife, a girl like a Salem clipper, a woman as straight as a hunting knife, with eyes as bright as the dipper. We cleared our camp, where the buffalo feed, unheard of streams for our flagons, and we sowed our sons like the apple seed on the trail of the westward wagons. They were right tight boys, a fruitful, a goodly muster. The youngest died at Alamo, the eldest fell with Custer. The letter that told, it burned in my hands, yet I smiled and said, so be it. But I could not live when they fenced the land, for it broke my heart to see it. So I saddled a red unbroken colt and rode into the day there. He threw me like a thunderbolt and rolled on me as I lay there. The hunter's whistle, it hummed in my ear as the city men gathered round me. And I died in my boots like a pioneer, with the whole wide sky above me. Now I lie in the heart of the fat black soil, like the seed of a prairie thistle. It has washed my bones with honey and oil, and picked them clean as a whistle. And my youth returns like the rains of spring, and my sons like the wild geese flying. And I lie and hear the meadowlarks sing, and have much content in my dying. Go play with the towns you have built of blocks, the towns where you would have bound me. I lie in my earth like a tired fox, and my buffalo have found me.
Thanks to everyone that's showing up.
Hey Wyatt, thanks. You did a great job. We're happy to be here. It's been really fun.
The only thing I'm sorry for, Wiatt, is that I have the prettiest girl in town.
I'm Tyrell, runny mouth, you know me, Wyatt. Went down to the breast cancer awareness shoot today. Paid $5 to shoot in the blind shoot for the rifle. And you jealous you don't have a shirt like mine. That's right. Doing all your polka dots.
Last time I was here was 16 years ago. My grandson, that's 21 now, was 5 years old. And you can't tell from this weather, but he wore a breechcloth 16 years ago, the whole event.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
you know, I remember otters when you were here before.
This is another famous Otters product. Rosewood handles, handmade, hand-forged. Even the score on the back of the fork is done by hand with a file. This is the leather case that they go into, and it is entirely hand-stitched. and the bottom is hand stitched.
Now try the other side.
They go in back to back, like this, and voila, you have it.
Well, the purpose of this video is to share some memories. And in that process, if someone happens to shed a tear, I hope it's a tear of pride. And I hope that that's the way these films come across in the future. Always bringing back maybe a little bit of sadness, but overall just generally happy memories.
I'm Wyatt. Called Bird Dancer when I first started rendezvousing by one of my friends, and also Tall Trader. Also got named Spider Pits. I also got named Bucket because I carry a bucket around, remoulade in it. But most people know me as Wyatt.
Now, you would think the name Coup would be good for you. And that's not bad, but it's probably a little overused. And I know you've had mountain names in the past, and they seem to come and go. But I think maybe a good name for you would be the Teflon Trader. And you could even add that line of wares to your shop, because no mountain name sticks to Wiatt. Now, if I had time, I'd have a lot more people involved, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that see this that wish they could have been involved, but time is limiting. But I do want to say thanks, and I hope you had a great rendezvous.